So I just recently finished Elden Ring, and Elden Ring was one of the best gaming experiences I've had in the last 5 years. And throughout the game, you encounter some really interesting boss and NPCs. So I figured we're gonna do a little mini series within the Let's Make series of making a logo around certain bosses that I really enjoyed. Let's hop into it. So hi everybody, for y'all that don't know me, my name is zaviorjollydesign. I'm a graphic designer and I've been a freelance designer for the last 5 years or so. And today, like I said, we're gonna do a sub branch of the Let's Make series. And today we're gonna start off with my favorite boss in the game, and that's gonna be my boy Radahn, man. My boy Radahn was fun. And if you haven't played through Elden Ring and you don't want spoilers, I'm not gonna talk about too much about bosses and everything like that. I just wanted to do this series. And I am only going to talk about, like, their appearance, because that's what we're going to do the logo based off of. So, and the other thing I'm going to do, just to not make people mad, is I'm going to actually copy and paste their names in here in, like, actual, like, spelling. So then it's not like, oh, you spelled his name wrong. Yeah, we're not going to have that problem. So, alright. So, I'm going to talk about why Radahn is, like, one of my favorite bosses. And I think that just comes from the actual, like, his design is sick, first of all. I mean, he's such a cool looking boss that I can't even be mad at him. But two, it's one of the only bosses in a game where, like, you legitimately went and fought with, like, a mini army to, like, kill him, right? Which I thought that was sick. So, now, what I'm doing here is I'm actually going to take, I think I'm going to take this horn. I'm hoping you guys can see this without my camera blocking. I'm going to take this horn. I'm going to take this horn. His horns, or his tusk, I guess. And I'm going to take, like, the general shape of his helmet, and then I'm going to get the plume in there. And that's the idea I have for a logo for him. But yeah, I will actually want to more talk about Elden Ring as a whole, and why I think you should definitely play it even if you're not a Souls-like fan. It is, without a doubt, one of my favorite games I've played of the last year. It could easily be a top, like, 5 game. Maybe not all time. I was a really big fan of it, but I don't know if I could put it in the discussion for all-time great games right now. It's hard, because there's endless replayability, but once you play through it once, you've kind of already seen most of the game, unless if you just went and just beat the game as fast as possible. Then obviously I would say then you're not playing Elden Ring. You're just playing a story game that you wanted to see a decent story, and that's also where I'm like 50-50 on, like, calling it one of, like, the best games of, like, recent memory, is just from the sheer fact that there really isn't a story. I'm not saying every game has to have a story to be good. That isn't what I'm saying, and this is gonna look terrible right now. But we're gonna make it decent, and if it doesn't look decent here in a minute, we might convert this to a text logo. Who knows? It's looking more and more likely as we move. Yeah, okay, actual idea, and this is still gonna be, I spelled Spartan wrong, this is gonna still be, because this is what his helmet's based off of, right? So we're gonna take, like, a generic photo, and I'm gonna make this into the logo, because this photo I found is the only one I found. I showed at the start, obviously, like, what photos I was looking at, but, like, a lot of them had, like, a bunch of spoiler content, but we're actually gonna do his plume of his helmet. Like, we're not just gonna, like, take this plume. I don't like this plume. I think plume's the right word. I'm not gonna even fact check myself on that. I'm that confident, and I'm probably wrong for it, but it's fine, right? But no, Elden Ring is one of those games where I feel like it appeals to a wider scope of people than they would initially assume it will. And I say that because it appeals to, you know, people who like fantasy games. Anyways, good combat, because the combat in that game, oh my god, there's nothing more satisfying. That also looks like garbage. But we'll work with it. Actually, sorry, I know I'm trying to go on my little tangent. But I got an idea. Let's work with his name for a little bit. And we'll come back to the idea of him. So I really like that font. And then just like literally just slap on like boom boom and call it. I'm gonna work with it as I'm talking. But generally speaking, I think Elden Ring is a very solid game experience. I feel like it's one of those that I'm ready to play through it again already, and I just beat it the other day, but I'm also like, is it worth playing through again? Because like there's so much content in that game. And I would love to go back and experience bosses for the first time again with like no memory or recollection of them. So on one hand, I'm like, I'm ready to go play through it again, and on the other hand, I'm like, do I just want to like wait until like you know, till it's far enough removed out of my like memory that I'm just like, oh, yeah, let's go play Elden Ring again. I don't know, and that's kind of the problem I'm running into with Elden Ring. Not a bad problem, just a problem of personal choice. This is not his plume at all, but we're trying to do something with it. I actually really do like this, to be honest. And I think we'll mess with this a little more. I think, like, I know they don't go this way, but we'll work with it. But I think if you are a person who has, like, been looking for something to play for a while, and you need a very big game, like, it is a lot to take on. Especially if it's your first Souls on top of that, which it was my first Souls game. I've played parts of other Souls games, but I've never, like, actually tackled them. I've always just kind of like, oh yeah, I never beat them. I just tried them, and then I just never finished them. Now, what am I doing here? I'm doing this like cool like emblem thing because he has this really cool sword. I don't want to pull up the sword to spoil it, so I'm going to make it off the top of my head. But it's really cool, and I believe it doesn't have that diamond in it, but I think that helps sell. Well, he also has like other stuff. So I don't know. We're messing with it, but I think if you want a game that is worth a $60 price tag, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think it's one of those where it might seem very daunting at first, and it is. It's not. It seems daunting. It is. The map is endless. At the first part of the game, you can go, if you want to, you can go all the way to the last boss, or you can't get all the way to the last boss of the game, but you can get up to, like, pretty far. Like, you can entirely skip, like, past most of the first 3 areas if you really want to. And I think that's where some of the interest lies. It's a really fun game to watch speedrun. I feel like I said the right term to start with, but I might be wrong. But yeah, I feel like it is a really, really good game that, I'm not saying it needs more attention. I mean, it has this, like, has the chokehold in the gaming community right now. And that's, I feel like it's for a very good reason. If you were a Souls fan waiting for a new entry in the series, this, I think, did it justice. And if it didn't, it didn't. And that's you. I mean, I'm not being rude. That's your opinion. If you don't like the game, you don't like the game. And like I said, I understand being the person who's like, oh, I want to play it, but it's my first Souls game, so I don't know if I want to, like, hop into it. I feel like it is the safest option to hop into. as your first Souls game. Like, I'm not joking, and it's not a meme. I feel like if you want to hop into the Souls game, like if you want to hop into a Souls game, this is the one. This is the one in my head that I would be like, yeah, go crazy. Like, this is the one that feels appropriate to me. Okay, we've been working on this. I don't like these. Now I'm zooming out. I like this idea. I'm gonna move all these to the side, and I'm gonna just take an R, and we're gonna make an R into an interesting logo, I think. So let's find a good base font. I like the rougher edges on like something like this, but I feel like that's a little too much to use. It's kind of cool. Let's make an R. I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna say something. I'm not that dumb, but I don't make fonts for a reason. Okay. And then we take, I would put like a circle up here. I know this looks even worse than what I was making, and it does. We'll take a square tool, actually. Right, okay. Sorry, I don't want to get quiet. I'm trying to think and work and have a conversation at the same time. I used to do this on stream all the time, and it's been a little bit since I've streamed, so, and I think what I want to do is actually take this shape and put it in the middle of an R. That looks really dumb, actually, so let's not do that. I think this is cool. Let's get some color to it. So we'll do like down here, and we'll take a little bit of color. I think I want to do the red like from the background like that, and I want the horns to be the same color. So they're gonna follow suit. This is where I think you get interesting. So I kind of want to take like the gold glimmer off his armor. I think that looks sick. But then I wanted to make the crystal like red or like purple, because in the game gravity spells are purple, and that's his like that. He's literally the creator of gravity spells. So I think I'm gonna do it no matter what. And they're like this shade of purple. Okay. Fun fact: I'm a designer. Been a graphic designer forever. When I say I'm a freelance designer, I've been a full-time designer for about 10 years now. I'm colorblind. Not colorblind, but I'm tonal colorblind. So, two shades of red next to each other, I have a very hard time differentiating those two. Now that looks like I'm doing too much, but I feel like then you just turn this, like, straight back to black, and you're good. And then you turn, like, I think you do that. I actually really like that. Without the middle bar, I feel like then it creates simplicity. But I do also really like the middle bar. I feel like if the middle bar goes all the way to the edges, it's too much. Did we try doing a stack like this? Yeah. Okay. So it kind of creates like wings. Oh, this is where we get weird. Okay, we're going off the deep end a little bit. But I think I don't know if it's in the best way possible. But oh shoot. I think Elden Ring is a really good game experience, and like I said, I think if you have the opportunity and you are looking to spend $60 on a game that will give you, I put in my first playthrough, and I farmed total probably around like I don't even think I did that much time. I was gonna say I put like maybe 20 hours in the farming. I think I total put like 100 hours into the game, and I think 15 on a high end was as much as I put in farming. Like, that's not a joke. Like, that's a very, like, that's overestimating, I even feel like. Like, I did not farm because the game does a good job at telling you, not telling you when you're on level, but it does a good job at, like, not making it impossible to, like, do things while under level. I mean, the first boss and the final boss are the two I struggled on. the most. I think those two, in general, were the ones that I was like, no. And it wasn't, how do I say this? It wasn't like they were that hard. The first boss is pretty difficult, but it's not like they were that hard. It was just difficult enough where I was like, I don't know if I could do it. No, I like that as black. I actually kind of want to make the crystal black. Yeah. And then we put this, and I'm going to put this on a tan background, actually. And I think we got it, to be honest. This isn't tan. Okay. Mr. Xavier, that isn't tan. There you go. Okay, you happy now? Jeez. I'll stop. No. I actually really like that on white. Yeah, on white it looks way better. So I think that's actually the design we're going to go with. So, and that's going to be it for this video. I know this one was more back to the traditional style of Let's Make. Update, the panel one is actually not going to be a full set. I know I said that was going to be the case. I'm thinking about getting back into streaming, so I'm going to keep it for myself for now, but I will be making Twitch panels for streamers. So, hold on with me. If you like this video, be sure to like, subscribe, let me know what we thought. No, I don't work for FedEx. I have a FedEx add-on. It still literally has the sticker on it, as you can see. And if you want to see more content like this, you can press the top right corner, and you can see the entire playlist. We've made a geometric poster, we've made a sports poster, we've made a Twitch panel, and now we're making this. This is a little bit of an interesting series, and I feel like this will be a really fun one to experiment into. Also down below, let me know if you've played Elden Ring. Let me know what your favorite boss or NPC was, because I'll probably be taking suggestions for those. If you want to commission me, my Gmail, sorry, I just had a complete brain fart. My Gmail is zaviorjollydesign@gmail.com. If you want to follow my Twitter, it's @zaviorjolly. If you want to follow my TikTok, it's @zaviorj. All these will be in the description and on screen now. And with all that being said and done, I will talk to you guys in the next one.